Greetings and welcome to another video. Today, Naoki Yoshida, the producer of Final Fantasy XIV, has announced something on the official Lodestone webpage regarding the Dawntrail benchmark, because there are some issues with the character creation with missing lighting and shadows effects, and I think that's basically in comprehension and response to those that are worried about the looks of their character, that they don't look like they used to look, or that they feel like it's something missing, or we're talking about lifeless eyes. They also talk about this aspect. But yeah, let's go through that very quickly, because I think people have to know about this before they unsubscribe to Final Fantasy or lose all hope in the future design of the game. And yeah, this is already something I did know about, because somebody pointed that out, that we seem to have some lighting details and some of the shadows missing inside of the actual character creation, so it's not the one-to-one transition from your character's appearance to Dawntrail. Basically just a placeholder character creation now, and yeah, they plan to replace that. But let's go and read through the text that Naoki Yoshida has written here. I would like to thank you all for your feedback regarding the recently released Dawntrail benchmark. While we have received positive feedback and reactions from players, we also have seen others express their concerns. Therefore, I would like to share the current situation regarding these factors. First, character creation system in the benchmark. The character creation system was created over 10 years ago based on the release version of A REALM REBORN. Although it used the same processes as the actual game, certain aspects such as weather were combined to create special conditions exclusive to character creation. This was done to present the texture resolution and shaders at their best based on the quality standards at the time, which included the PlayStation 3 version. Furthermore, its light sources take advantage of backlighting, which in this case proved detrimental for showcasing the upcoming graphical update. The character creation environment should have been updated, but was overlooked as we prioritized the development of Dawntrail and tuning the graphical update in the actual game, for which I would like to apologize. So this basically means they haven't tuned the graphical update for the character creation. It's kinda there, but it's not tuned well. We are currently expediting a rework of the environments and light sources of character creation for both the actual game and the benchmark. Once that is complete, the current benchmark will be replaced. And I think that's actually easy to handle. It's just one screen with backlighting. Like when I record my footage or my showcase videos, I always try to find scenes or environments where lighting conditions are very good and you don't have to adjust the lighting for every shot that you do and create. So that's something I think they are capable of doing, even if they are on the run onto the Dawntrail release. But yeah, I think that's something they can do and should do. The following points are some of the factors that will be resolved by applying the graphical update of the actual game to a character creation system. A, lifeless eyes due to the lack of highlights in the pupils. Yeah, I think that's what most people have pointed out is one of their biggest concerns, that eyes kind of felt lifeless. That's what I talked about when I was creating Desperius, or when I commented on my video myself, that it feels like the lifeless look is not what it's supposed to be looking in Dawntrail. And even in the benchmark, I think that's just a bit of a placeholder and not the actual final result that we will see with characters in Dawntrail. B, facial contours appearing flattened due to incorrect lighting conditions caused by backlighting. Yeah, that's something we could guess from if you turn the character around, you could not really identify where light sources are, and I think that's something due to the nature of being outdated on the whole character creation element. A lack of gloss or excessive appearance of gloss due to character creation exclusive weather conditions. Okay, I haven't tested those, but I heard that the weather is always a bit problematic because of clouds that redirect the lighting sources or cut them down, and then your character looks very weird at times. I think the most base image you get from for your character is if you have no lighting source at all and just one general lighting source that illuminates the whole picture basically, or your character lighting. There's an option inside of your system settings menu where you can just adjust that character lighting resembling your character as an actual lighting source, and then just highlighting everything kind of artificially and not naturally, but it does work and has some purpose. The special conditions created for the existing character creation system are largely responsible for the points outlined above. Changing these settings should greatly improve the situation, and I would appreciate it if you could bear with us as we work on updating the benchmark. and issues related to certain data and processes. Based on the wide range of feedback of the official forums and social media, we were able to pinpoint a number of issues in the data and certain processes, which manifested due to our need to modify an enormous amount of data. I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience these issues have caused. Naturally, these issues are steadily being addressed as we finalize our development of Dawntrail. However, these issues remained in the benchmark due to simple data-related errors or neglecting to reflect the upcoming changes to the benchmark environment. Okay, so, like I said, Dawntrail benchmark doesn't look like the final picture. And I think when you compare that to Endwalker, even though Endwalker didn't have these significant graphical overhauls, it wasn't the final image, and some textures were reworked for the environments, for the zones or anything like that, and you could see that in the actual game afterwards. But yeah, this might be a more dramatic issue here. The following are examples of issues which fall into this category. A, an issue with unimplemented high-resolution textures, including those for certain playable races. Okay, so they basically have a very low-resolution placeholder textures here, right? B, an issue pertaining to special data processes. Yeah, I remember that somebody told me that their Lalafell was looking very weird. Maybe it's the Lalas, actually. An issue with necklines for playable races under certain circumstances. An issue with uncorrected scaling for the mouth of certain playable races. Okay, that's kind of weird. But yeah, data related, that makes absolutely sense. The above issues can be corrected, and I would appreciate it if you could bear with us until they are resolved. Naturally, these issues will be addressed in the release version of Dawntrail. Okay, so that's their plan to change it. They want to replace the benchmark. 3, correction and replacement of the Dawntrail benchmark. In order to resolve the points outlined in 1 and 2, we're planning for a replacement of the benchmark software. As we require some time to investigate the issues and reconstruct the benchmark environment, the timing and further details of the replacement will be announced later. We will also continue to make adjustments which will incorporate as much of your feedback as possible into the revision of the benchmark, as well as the release version of Dawntrail. So this is actually a very awesome statement here, because that means they now are taking our feedback into concerns and into account. If you have something that you're absolutely not fine with for how your character might look in Dawntrail, now is the time to talk about that, because now they are inside of the development process, and better now than never, because it might happen that later they don't fix anything or don't change anything, and now they might. So if you have any feedback about, post on the forums, talk about issues that you have with the looks of your character, because they might just resolve that without much stress, without much effort. So definitely check out your character inside the benchmark, especially when they have replaced it. So if that new benchmark is being released, I will of course inform you about that. Make sure that you check out how your character looks, and if it doesn't fit well with you or you don't like it, tell Square Enix about that in the forums. They are definitely listening to feedback. That's really another statement, another showcase of how much they are concerned about your interest, about how you feel comfortable with the game, how you like the game and the final result of how it looks. Make sure that you communicate with them. They are actually listening, and that's awesome. So, due to different release dates, however, there are likely to be some differences between the benchmark software and the release version. Yeah, that makes sense, of course. My apologies for asking to bear with us as we address the points of concern. The team and I will continue doing our best for the graphical update and Dawntrail's release, and we could appreciate your continued support. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really good statement, very good post here from Naoki Yoshida. So if you have any concerns, check out your character in the benchmark. If you don't know how to do that, check out my video that you can find in the description. But yeah, keep in mind that they have some lighting issues and design and data issues inside of the benchmark and character creation of it. So if something is off, it might be fixed very soon. So don't worry about that. Your character, I'm very sure that your character will look awesome in Dawntrail. So yeah, stick around for more info about that topic. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep loving Final Fantasy.